Morihei Ueshiba, the martial arts genius who created Aikido, was born in Tanabe, Wakayama Prefecture, in 1883. Apart from a brief stay in Tokyo as a teenager and military service during the Russo-Japanese War, Morihei spent his first 28 years in his native Tanabe. Then, in 1912, he moved to Shirataki-mura in Hokkaido, and there the sequence of events leading to the creation of Aikido began. Morihei became a prominent figure in the newly developing area and served for a time on the local town council. It was in nearby Engaru in 1915 that Morihei first met the famous jujutsu master Sokaku Takeda. Sokaku-sensei was traveling about Hokkaido teaching Daitoryu Jujutsu to persons of high social standing. Following his first seminar with Sokaku-sensei, Morihei became an enthusiastic student and hosted his teacher at his home in Shirataki, where he underwent intensive training. Morihei made rapid progress in the rich and varied techniques of Daitoryu and attained great skill in the art. He also accompanied Sokaku-sensei to various parts of Hokkaido as his assistant. Morihei's training was, however, suddenly interrupted in late 1919 due to his father's serious illness. He left his home and property to Sokaku-sensei and set out for Tanabe. On his way home, Morihei met the famous Onisaburo Deguchi of the Omoto religion, who was to have a great influence on his spiritual development. After his father's death, Morihei moved to the Omoto religion center in Ayabe. There he established his first dojo called the Ueshiba Juku, where he taught mainly Omoto believers. Later in 1922, Sokaku-sensei spent time with Morihei in Ayabe, at which time he was awarded the Kyoju Dairi Instructor's Certification. Morihei spent nearly 7 years in Ayabe, but eventually was persuaded to relocate to Tokyo as his reputation as a martial artist began to spread, especially in Japanese military circles. Having established himself in Tokyo, Morihei still maintained close ties with his spiritual master Onisaburo Deguchi and became the chairman of the Omoto-sponsored Budo Senyokai, which was centered in the Kansai region. The major influences on Morihei Ueshiba Sensei in the development of his Aikido are clearly the techniques of Daitoryu Aiki Jujutsu and the Omoto philosophy as espoused by Onisaburo Deguchi. In these famous photos taken at the dojo of Noma Seiji in 1935, one can gain a clear idea of the techniques taught by Ueshiba Sensei during his Aiki Budo period. Virtually all the techniques shown are from the Daitoryu technical repertoire, with some minor changes. In the more than 1,500 photos of this collection which have survived, we see the complex joint locks and pinning techniques which are characteristic of Daitoryu. Further evidence of the close link between Morihei Ueshiba and the Daitoryu school is the fact that during this period he awarded a number of Daitoryu scrolls to his own students as a representative of Sokaku Takeda Sensei. These are some exciting scenes from the rare film taken at the Asahi Shimbun Dojo in Osaka in 1935. Seen taking ukemi are Shigeme Yonekawa and Tsutomu Yukawa. The next surviving film document of Morihei Ueshiba in chronological order is the film shot in Wakayama Prefecture in 1952. Many consider the founder's Aikido to be at its highest level during this period. Incidentally, Morihiro Saito sensei can be seen as a young man taking ukemi in several of these scenes.